Welcome race fans to Canyon Speedway. I'm your announcer Miles Grant, and we have a great event for you today. Last week we told you that we would be hosting a NASCAR event. This was actually going to take place just outside the canyon near the playa. Unfortunately, weather prevented us from working on the facilities, so we'll have to put that off for a little bit. But we do have 4 classic racers here today on display down by the Bigfoot Museum. Let's go down and take a look. Now these are the cars that will be competing in that event. We've got a 57 Chevy, a 1968 Plymouth, and finally 2 1970 Plymouth Superbirds. Now if you remember last week, the American Muscle Car Club was in attendance checking out the track. And they have stepped up and are joining the NDCR and presenting a great muscle car event consisting of 2 qualifying heats and then a main event. Each heat is made up of 4 races. Each race has 4 cars competing and rotating their starting positions. The 2 cars with the most points from each heat will move forward to the final event. Keep in mind, this is a quick and demanding track, and it will be interesting to see how these unmodified classics will do. Just one more thing before we get started. Let's take a look at last week's racers down below. And right there down in front is that McLaren F1 that was our winner last week. Alright, let's go ahead and meet today's racers. First up is this 1968 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S. It has a 383 V8 with heavy-duty suspension and firm ride shocks. It should do okay on the track. Next is a 68 Dodge Dart, which sports a 300 horsepower 383 V8. Add to that the lightness of this car and you have a recipe for winning. Now this next car is not exactly stock. It's a 1969 Copo Corvette. Copo stands for Central Office Production Order. These vehicles could be ordered with high performance upgrades, like those nifty flames, no doubt. Lastly, another Copo model, a 1968 Chevy Camaro with a 427 cubic inch V8. This is one to watch and hard to miss with its canary yellow paint job. And now, without further ado, we begin qualifying heat number 1 of the NDCR's
American Muscle Car Event.
Alright, let's get things started with race 1. We got that yellow Camaro and the green Barracuda in the front row. Barracuda's out in front, way ahead, and he's going to take first place. And that Corvette sneaks by that Camaro, and he's going to take second place, and the Camaro's in third. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Camaro's having a little trouble keeping control of that car. And coming out of that last turn, he fishtails, which allows that Corvette just to sneak by him to take that second place win. Barracuda got 5 points for the first place. The Corvette's got 3. The yellow Camaro's got 2 points. And that Dodge Dart just gave up, has a DNF, so he's got 0. Race number 2. Race number 2 sees the Barracuda in the front along with that Corvette. Oh my goodness, we've got a really bad accident. Let's go check this out. We'll check out that replay. We are getting word the driver is okay. That Corvette seemed like he lost control on that first turn. Goes up on those rocks. And almost had a chance to save himself, but he landed on the roof of that Barracuda, and the Barracuda makes quick work of dispatching him over the side. Again, we are getting word that he is alright. The Corvette landed on its tires, and that fiberglass body is really quite resilient. Okay, so we've got 3 DNFs in that race, and the Camaro's the only one that scores with a 5. And he is in the lead. Corvette has risen from the ashes, and he is in the first row along with that Dodge Dart. He needs to get on that scoreboard. And here they come. The Corvette makes it to the finish line and is the only one to make that finish. And we have 3 more DNFs on this third race. Let's watch the replay. This is ridiculous. Look at that Barracuda going sideways up that turn. He's a mess. And then he spins around backwards and gets hung up on that last turn. They're all struggling. And the only one that makes it is the car that exploded last round. I mean, he comes up with a 5. And the other 3 cars score a big fat 0. All right, we're going into the last race. The Corvette is leading with 8, followed by the Camaro with 7, and the Barracuda at 5. And the Dart has no chance at 0. Camaro's in a good spot up front with that Corvette. And the Camaro's going to take this race, followed by the Barracuda. And the Dodge Dart just giving up and pulling up short of that finish line. The Barracuda in the back rows. That Barracuda's making some moves. Barracuda just fighting his way up to that second position, passing the Corvette and the Dodge Dart. And then he sets his sights on that yellow Camaro. Coming around that last turn down the straightaway, tries to close the gap, but he can't. And the Camaro's gonna take the win. So the Camaro finishes first, getting 5 points, and the Barracuda comes up second with 3. The Dodge Dart and the Corvette get 0 apiece. So the Camaro is our overall winner with 12 points. He's going to go to the finals. We do have a tie for second place between that Corvette and the Barracuda. So we're going to run a tiebreaker race to determine who's going to move forward to the finals. Here we go. Race 1. Pretty close race coming down that last straightaway, but the Corvette takes the win by a car length. That Barracuda tried to make a move on that last turn, but that Corvette just shut him down. Let's go to race 2. The best out of 3 races wins this. This could be the Corvette's chance to shut it all down and take the win. But the Barracuda's out in front, and it looks like the Looks like the Corvette gave the Barracuda a little bit of help and gave him that win. Barracuda's looking strong. Way out ahead on that last straightaway, but he kind of fishtails, and the Corvette gives him a little shove. Barracuda and the Corvette are tied. Here is the last and final race. Corvette out ahead. Oh no, I think we have another accident on the track. Corvette shows up at the finish line by itself. Goodness gracious. Another car on fire. Let's check the replay. They got the driver out, he's okay. This American Muscle Club is really having a really difficult time on this track. Corvette is going to be our winner. He's going to move to the finals along with that yellow Camaro. And here are 2 winners of qualifying heat number 1 of the American Muscle event. We've got the 1968 Copo Camaro and the 1969 Phoenix-like Copo Corvette. Join us for the next qualifying heat number 2, featuring these 4 beautiful cars straight out of classic Detroit. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video, and if you liked it, please subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends if you think they'll like it too, and we'll see you next time on the track. I'm Miles Grant, your announcer, and I'm an adult.